Now, if she's awake when you go to bed, you're going to catch shit later.
Oh, surely.
Hey, you half brought that on yourself.
That's all right. I'm always in the doghouse. I'm okay with it.
I can't save you today. Sorry. I'll text her and say, just be gentle.
If it's all fair, half the shit she didn't hear, so.
All right. Well, you decided to yell stuff to her, and you said that she got grumpy. So, good luck. So, how you doing?
It's gonna be cold for a long time.
How are you actually doing?
No, I'm doing good actually. As good
Are we
as
all over our colds now? I'm
yeah,
just a little
thank God.
stuffy still.
Got a little scratch in the back of my throat, but that's about it. I'm actually wet a week, surprisingly. As opposed to yesterday where I was falling asleep on the couch.
Oh, we did play yesterday, didn't we? I don't know why it feels like we didn't, because I think I fell asleep on the couch after that, and then Meg came in and woke me up, and I went upstairs, and I don't remember any of that. But I do remember her coming upstairs and asking about something, but now I can't remember what it was.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
She asked if the heat was on upstairs, and I said no. And she goes, okay, good, because it's comfortable. And I was like, okay. And that was all I remember. Anyway.
Yeah, weather's freaking weird. We're freezing our asses off first thing in the morning, and then it's nice for the rest of the day.
At least tonight's supposed to be a little more manageable. Well, I think it's different for you because you're further south. Like today, it was 55 up here, and it was 34 this morning.
I don't remember how cold it was this morning, but when I left work, I want to say it was like close to 57.
What are you supposed to get tomorrow?
I don't know. Let me check.
We're getting 61. It's going to be low 40 overnight tonight. This is a gaming podcast.
I know. But we're dads, so we talk about the weather.
I talk about the weather and sports teams, even though we both don't really care about sports, I guess.
How do I go into the Weather Channel app and it gives me advertisement for news?
Because the Weather Channel has ads?
Well, I'm going there to check the weather. I don't give a shit about news. Ah, fuck this. I'm just gonna go to
All right then.
Go to the Apple one.
Jesus. Mr. Impatient.
Yes, I am. So I go into the Maps app. Jesus Christ.
Didn't you just say that you were awake?
Apparently. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm Butterfingers. What do you want me to say? Apparently today's high was 58. Tomorrow's supposed to be high is 55. Thursday 59. Friday 55. Saturday and Sunday 51, 52. It's going to be raining all weekend.
Degrees. Yeah. Riveting conversation.
Yeah.
Super interesting. I was going to ask you if you played anything recently, but I think it's just Destiny. I don't feel like I've asked you that in a while either.
Yeah, basically. Destiny, I still play the mushroom game, but that's...
A given.
Yeah, basically.
Are you crying because Rebirth came out last week and you haven't been able to play it? Or the week before?
Don't remind me, asshole.
I know, I'm sorry. Hey. We can get it now and you can come over here and play it. I finally got my PS5.
Yeah.
We can get it and you can come play. Oh, let's swap houses. All weekend. Just half of us hang out with the other half and then me and you just hang out and play video games all weekend.
Ooh. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I can kick Callie and the kids up there, and you can come down here.
Okay.
Yay!
Now, I can only bring one console, I bet. Like, there's no way that Meg would let me bring my Xbox and my PS5.
Hey, it's okay.
Also, me buying this is not a conversion. It doesn't mean that I'm a Sony fanboy now.
But here's my solution, though.
Don't you point that thing at me. It's liable to go off.
Sorry. Here's my solution, though. Where you were saying, where we were talking about, you would leave the Xbox there because if you bring the PlayStation, we can play Rebirth. Then also, if we wanted to play Destiny, all I had to do was bring out the PlayStation that's in my room and attach it to the computer, and you could sign in onto your PlayStation account on the one in the living room.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would work out too.
That way you don't have to buy the expansions for Destiny because it's already there.
I haven't loaded Destiny up on the PS5 yet either. I'm kind of worried about how playing an FPS is going to be on it. Like I was playing Helldivers 2 because I told you that's going to be the first game I got, and it was. But like, I think I told you last night that I like the controller.
Yep.
It's great. It's very interesting. It feels nice. I don't like the thumbsticks. Not my feeling. The speaker out of it is interesting. It reminds me of the Wii controller.
Yep.
The haptic triggers, I think it's cool, but like I don't want it to interfere with me playing games. And that's what it did with Helldivers 2. So I got to go back in and see if there's a way to turn that off because like when it was having you play with the controller during like Astro's Playroom, since Meg was playing that, it was like, see what your controller can do, and it has you pull L2 and R2, but you can only pull it halfway, and like it shows the controller on the screen, the sparks are at the bottom, but it's giving you resistance. It's making you have to press it so that it clicks and it like shoots rockets on the controller on the screen, but you feel that click. It's the controller itself that's giving you that sensation and resistance when you do it, which is both cool, but that kind of shit interfered in Helldivers because like the vibrations when you fire the gun and when it's out of ammo and you're reloading and stuff's going on, it's hard to tell what's what. So I'm like, some guns have a rhythm to it. Like when you're playing Destiny, guns have a rhythm based on how fast they fire.
Right.
Some of them have a good firing rhythm for that, but like with the vibrations and shit, it doesn't allow you to pull it all the way down like I'm used to, and then the vibrations throw off that rhythm.
Right.
So, don't like that. Interferes too much. So that's why I'm worried about Destiny, because it might have the same thing, and I don't play with vibration on the Xbox as it is.
Well, when I played it, but then again, I'm also used to the vibrations from the DualShock system. When I tried Callie's dad's PlayStation 5 and played Destiny on it, it felt fine. Like it was. I'm not used to the shape of the controller. I think that's my biggest complaint as far as the controller goes is the shape that they went with. Because
I feel like going from an Xbox to that, it wasn't much different. But I get what you're saying.
Right. It wasn't much different because it's aiming, from my understanding, as far as like to me what it looks like and what it feels like is it's getting closer to the way Xbox controllers are. And
This
I'm
might
like,
sound weird, but when I was holding it, it filled out my hands.
yeah.
Like it didn't feel like my fingers were too close to each other or my thumbs when I'm holding it. It filled out my hands entirely and had good spacing between them. Like it was comfortable. Xbox is the same way, but I'm just saying for that one too.
It didn't feel comfortable for me for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just because I'm so used to the shape of the PlayStation controller.
Did you like either the Switch Pro controller or the Joy-Cons
Are you talking about for the Wii?
for the Switch?
Oh, for the Switch. I haven't played it again away from it not being attached to the system itself.
With the Joy-Cons, yeah, but what about did I let you hold the Pro controller?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
It's basically like their answer to an Xbox controller for the Switch.
Right. And I think that's one of the things that I didn't care for Xbox at the beginning because the controller always felt bulky to me, and I didn't care for it.
Are you talking about the original Xbox or like the 360?
Well, no, the Xbox controllers in general, along the lines.
Well, the original Xbox controller was a massive fucking controller, so much so that it was called like the Duke. It was like its nickname. But yeah, it was so huge that like that was one of the negatives for the console and stuff. People loved the thing, but they were like, "This thing is too damn big." So then they made a smaller version.
Still, I don't care. I don't care for the way it feels in my hands.
Fair enough.
I don't know if it's just because I was have been trained so long because PlayStation's kept the same, more or less the same shape for their controllers for
I'm sure
ears.
that there's other people that feel like that too. Like
Yeah.
with my problem with the PS5 thumbsticks,
Mm.
besides like it feels like I told you before, it feels stiff when you're moving them,
Mm.
but it's still smooth. It's not terrible.
Right.
But I don't like the feeling of the thumbsticks, like the tops of them, the grips and the
Yeah.
grooves. I don't like it. It's instead of being concave, it's convex,
Mm.
and it feels weird.
Yeah.
Where I'm used to going in and having grips around the outside, so my thumbs can hold on to it.
Yeah.
So that's mainly why I don't like that. But I didn't even get to the point that I was making.
Yeah.
There's people who love that and hate the Xbox One, and then there are also people who don't like either. Maybe they like the original PlayStation 2, or maybe even PlayStation 3 had it where the controller, was it the thumbsticks, they were rounded and had
Right.
grips on the top. They might have liked those, but that's why there's a market for like thumbsticks and thumb grips, like literally thumb grips you've seen at GameStop that you put on top of the thumbsticks.
Right.
Everybody's got a different feel.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a creature of habit at this point.
You all right?
No, I'm good. It actually took me a while to get used to being able to have like
You've been doing it
a
for so
wireless
long, it's hard to
controller.
break that habit.
Because I remember having. Oh yeah, I remember having my first wireless Wildcats controller, and that one and that was for the PlayStation 2, and I remember that you couldn't be that too far away. Like it was good, but you couldn't be too far away, or the signal sucked. Glad they got better.
Man, what the Mad Cats, was that your first wireless controller?
Is it Mad Cats? I thought it was Wildcats. Jesus Christ. Say that again?
Yeah, Mad Cats. Was the one you were talking about your first foray into wireless controllers?
Yes. Because it was with
See,
it was for the PlayStation at the time. PlayStation 2, sorry.
Trying to remember what my first wireless one was. It honestly, it's probably the Wavebird from the GameCube. But like, I agree with you about the controller being weird without the cord, because I went from the Xbox to the
Yeah.
360, and that was corded to wireless, and it was just like, it was light and you could move too much, and I was like, this doesn't feel right. But then you get up and walk around and it's normal. It just took some time.
Oh yeah. The only
you know
thing
what
that
was
sucked
cool
is having to
is-
replace the batteries all the freaking time.
Yes, until they made rechargeable things. Then you had to buy the stupid tower to stick it into it so it can charge. I forgot now I remember what I was going to say. The one thing that I wish, like, they've innovated on the controllers. They're a lot better now, more ergonomic, whatever. I want to take the feel of the new Xbox controller with the heft of the 360 controller. If I could have that weight of that wireless controller with the feel of the new Xbox controller, I'd be perfect. I'd be set. That's like the ideal controller for me. But that's why I fixed the custom controller I had and put those white thumbsticks on them, since Amelia broke them. That one is like, it's heavy, but it's not as heavy as the 360 controller is. And it's halfway to the Series X controller. So it feels nice.
There you go. I was gonna say, couldn't you, like if you have enough internal space, could you just try to like add weights to make to offset it?
I mean, probably. But I don't know anything about that.
Sure, get like little lead weights or something and glue them to the inside or whatnot.
Yeah, let me just put some lead in my controller. You said lead weights.
I'm thinking along the lines of how they balance out tires. Little pieces of lead.
But but I'm not playing with a tire. I mean, it's got batteries in it and stuff.
Yeah.
That's bad enough.
Pretty much.
All right, we're almost at 15 minutes. Do you want to introduce this thing?
Yeah, let's do it. This is what, episode 54?
Yeah.
Yay, I got one.
I mean, you weren't too far off last. I was gonna say last week, but it's been longer than a week. Last time. Yeah, Ramble Pack Podcast, episode 54. And I'm Adam.
And I'm Mike.
And hi, how you doing?
Mwahaha.
Okay, it's not Halloween. We're not doing spooky time yet.
Why not?
I'm trying to think of something that was spooky, but there's nothing. Oh, did I tell you and did you see that there was an Xbox partner showcase?
I don't think so. What happened?
Nothing really happened. They were just showing off a handful of games that were coming out this year. I think most, if I don't think all of them, most of them are going to be coming out this year. Do you want me to run down the list and you can ask me if you want any more information?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Oh. This one was the dumbest one that I saw. Roblox.
Oh,
Apparently
geez.
one of their games or whatever they have in Roblox is called Griefville, and Chucky, the killer doll, apparently is coming to it.
Isn't Roblox a game for kids?
Yeah, it's expanded to beyond more than that. It's almost like it's a game that you can build games into. Like there's servers and shit that you can join and make do whatever. Like, yeah, it's Roblox. You would think it's a kid's game, but then there's also like it's Roblox, but it's also a first-person shooter.
So it's basically turning into Minecraft? But
I don't
smoother?
know. There's a Minecraft type game in that too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Before they went IPO and like they had first come out, I downloaded it because I had heard about it and was checking it out. I'm like, I don't get this.
Yeah.
And then I never went back to it. Now I was a while after that, I heard that they were going IPO, and they've just been growing since then. But I think the connotation with that game is that it's a kid's game, but I think it's way beyond that now.
I would assume so if it's an expansion about Chucky the Death Doll. Now it definitely is going to make me want to think about what Sawyer's watching on YouTube. Yeah.
Anyway, Monster Jam's getting a game. It's more than just like doing tricks with your monster truck. There's actual like racing and stuff on tracks.
Oh, sweet.
It seemed like it was pretty interesting. Hey, get out of my list. I can see your little cursor.
I'm just looking.
Okay. Unknown Nine Awakening looked pretty interesting.
Uh-huh.
Don't ask me what it's about and stuff. All I know is that it's based off of a anime manga, or I said anime manga. Anime series or a manga, I think.
Sounds familiar. I'll look it up real quick while you're talking about it.
Okay. Tales of Kanzera. If you know about the Tales series of games, I believe this is another one in that stuff. Sleight of Hand. That one was like a stealth card game.
Mm.
It seemed interesting. The Altars. Is that the one that I'm trying? I gotta look this one up because if it is what if it is what I think it is, it's got an interesting premise.
Okay.
The Altars. Yes. So, it's like a play on the word alternative. It seems like it's a procedural, like you are trying to build towards something to do something. That's your objective. It says it in the trailer. I don't remember what it is at the moment. But you are a lone scientist on this thing, and you have a device that allows you to clone yourself with specified parameters. Like it uses essences of yourself, as in like
Mm-hmm.
how brave you are, how scared you are of something, if you're good at this or good at that or whatever. It
Okay.
alters those clones into being specified types of people,
Okay.
but it's still you. You have to clone yourself to do these, to make these types of yourself to do certain jobs on this station or whatever, so they can work towards their goal. The catch is that each of them have their own actual personalities and can come into conflict with the other versions of you and stuff like that.
Mm.
You got to watch the trailer. That one was really interesting.
Sounds like a real complex.
It was cool looking. Creatures of Ava. I don't remember what that one is.
I just like saying
I
Ava.
was going to say, I think that one's like a Pokemon game, but I don't know. I can't remember. Persona 3 Reload Expansion Pass DLC something.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Persona's DLC that came out. Frostpunk 2. After a long time, Frostpunk's got a sequel.
Yay!
And besides that, I believe it's the same studio that made Frostpunk that did Stalker. The original trilogy, all three of those games are either coming or now available on Xbox.
Do it.
Yay, more game. What? Okay. Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO, is coming to Xbox. There were some issues that I read that we didn't touch on last podcast that I meant to, but it's more fitting here.
Mm-hmm.
The MMO is coming to Xbox, but people are pointing out how you need 2 subscriptions to be able to play the game. You need to have Xbox Live Gold and then whatever the Final Fantasy subscription is to be able to do that. So that sucks. That might not be the case now that the game is out. I haven't looked back into it to verify. But there was concern about that.
I think you still do, because it's sort of like... Because did you ever find out if you could still do online without having Game Pass? I mean, not Game Pass, PlayStation Plus for the PS5?
No, I didn't even try. I was just like, I'm just going to get the base tier so
Yeah.
I can play Helldivers online.
Because that's no different than that. It's the same. It's the same idea. You're basically paying for like being able to connect to their online system.
Right. But the problem is the 2 subscriptions, because I know it's not the same game and it's not the same studio, but Elder Scrolls Online,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need an additional subscription for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an MMO, though. And it's on Xbox and PC and whatever else.
But I'm thinking like, what are people gonna do if isn't WoW? WoW's only online, isn't it? For some reason, some reason I think it's on consoles too.
No, it's only on PC. But that doesn't mean that it won't come to Xbox now.
What are people gonna do then? When it comes to Xbox, you gonna?
I mean,
It's gonna be
that's
the
kind
same
of up to Xbox because they own them now.
Right.
I guess that's the same instance with Elder Scrolls too.
Because then at that point, what's to prevent? Because the subscription.
It's just a matter of how they're doing business. It doesn't matter.
I just don't see the companies working that way, to be honest. Because why would they not? Because it's the 2 subscription systems, yes. But at the same time, like the money for the subscriptions for that particular MMO goes specifically
to
the
keeping
studio.
that stuff up. Yeah.
Right. Whereas the other subscription, like Game Pass, they might work
It goes
something
to
out where they
Xbox.
get a portion, but it's not going to be the same revenue stream. Yep.
That's usually what the case is.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway,
All I know is when I found out I was supposed to have this, because I tried 14 on... Was it 14? Or was it 12? I don't remember.
11 was online.
Oh god, I forgot about 11.
I played that for a little while. That was a hard game. You had to really like that style of combat and gameplay to really want to play it.
Nope.
And I only played it because I used to play a different MMO online with a bunch of friends, and we were getting tired of it. So we're like, Final Fantasy Online or Final Fantasy 11 is something that like one of them was playing for a long time. He's like, "I'll teach you all guys the ropes," and we bounced off of that in a week.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'm good. I think I tried the free trial once, and I was like, I'm okay with this. But no,
Yeah.
like I liked 14 when I tried it, and I had the free trial when they had the game on sale.
Hmm.
But I didn't like it enough to buy the monthly subscription for it. No.
I mean, that's fair.
So,
You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like.
yep. But yeah, no.
Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. This looks super interesting.
Okay.
It's like a action RPG, like hack and slash game
Mm-hmm.
during the night. During the game while you're protecting this goddess who's going from one spot to another.
Okay.
During the daytime, it's base building and setting up troops and things like that and getting yourself ready. But you need to look at the trailer. I love the way it looks. Like the art style, oh, it's interesting. And like the character design for the monsters and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
dude, super artsy. It's really good looking.
Got some quick preview
While
images.
you are looking for that, the last one that they showed off was the first Berserker Kazan or Kazan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know what Dungeon Fighter Online is. It's a
No.
Nexon game. It's from Korea.
Okay.
So I used to play DNF actually before they took it off their service because that's the same company whose MMO I was playing with my friends before.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really into DNF for a while before they took it down. It's basically there's a character in that game called a Berserker, and obviously he's super strong and has all these crazy abilities because he's a Berserker. This is, I guess, based on the very first of them.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that these things had backstories for all the characters and stuff, so
No shit.
you get to learn about the first one. But it looked cool. It looked like a mixture of Dark Souls and like a hack and slash kind of game. Like
Okay.
not as hardcore as Devil May Cry,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like mixing that style of combat with Dark Souls.
Okay. That would seem to be pretty fun.
Did you find the trailer?
Huh?
Did you find that trailer?
I was looking at images quickly. Trailer.
And since we were talking about WoW and Activision Blizzard and stuff, did you see that Bobby Kotick was talking about wanting to buy TikTok?
Excuse me?
He just retired and he's like, yeah, I'm thinking about I want to buy TikTok.
Yeah, go talk to Musk over there. He'll point you in the right direction.
That's so ridiculous.
Guys on
Oh,
crack.
that's only one of two kind of crazy dumb news too. The second one was Marty O'Donnell announcing that he's running for what was it? Announced his bid for Congress of Nevada as a Republican.
Oh, Jesus.
And we don't have to get political and stuff, but you should definitely go read his mission statement and what he wants to do and hope to accomplish, and then the answers he's given for certain questions.
Some things I agree. When I saw that topic, I wanted to look into it a little bit, but like some of the things that he says I agree with, but other things I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Really?
Yeah, kind of out of left field.
Yeah. Especially in the industry he was coming from. I'm like, that if that's the platform you're running on, then I'm not surprised they kind of let you go.
He seems to have grown awfully bitter as time has gone on.
Just a little bit. Ooh, this looks pretty.
So yeah, do you see some of the monster designs?
Uh-huh.
Especially like the big head thing with the giant tongue in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's crazy looking, but it looks so cool.
I've always liked games like this.
It's super artsy.
Uh-huh.
They had a clear vision for like what they wanted or what they
Yep.
were going for, and they nailed it.
Especially when it comes to like monster designs. Like Asian
Hmm.
countries altogether just do it well. I think that's why Final Fantasy did so well and still does, you know?
Hmm.
Uh, okay.
Well, since I've mentioned it twice now, and we
Mm,
both have news about it, I thought this also made me really want to get the game because
mm,
it's like you are actually participating in what's going on in Helldivers. Like you playing the game makes a difference in the overall galactic battle that's going on.
mhm,
And with that whole thing too, like there's somebody sitting on top of the server basically and puppeting things so they
mhm,
can say like we're going to send more of these automatons this way, so then it causes players to go over there and like try to push them back. And he's like, well, let's add some more over here, or like he can change missions to do certain things, and like controlling the ebb and flow of battle.
mhm,
It's just one person named Joel, I think it was,
mhm,
from reading it. But there was kind of a leak 1 week before this thing happened where like somebody was able to get into a mech and someone else was able to, I think, call down a different kind of stratagem in the game, which is
mhm,
like orbital strikes or reinforcements or resupply
mhm,
uh, or lasers or nukes. People were getting access to, like I said, mechs and different things that weren't in the game yet. And people
mhm,
were like, where the hell is this coming from? Is this like them saying this is coming and stuff? And like some of the devs are super active in the community too. Like they're all over Discord, all over Twitter, all
mhm,
over Reddit and stuff, answering questions, talking to the community and things like that. So
mhm.
everybody's praising them too, which is probably why the game has been consistently over like 400,000 concurrent players.
Yep.
It's doing really well. So they were like, we don't know where this is coming from. It's not us. We're trying to figure this out.
Mm,
And then, oh, however long later, they put out a bulletin in the game saying, for production of mechs to continue, we need to liberate whatever planet that's where they are made.
mhm.
So then the goal was for the community to go there and liberate that area, which means that it's not just one fight. It's like you have to fill up a percentage bar of pushing the enemy back and defeating them and completing missions and shit like that
Right.
to unlock that thing. So it was like an active war goal to unlock something, and once you did, you gain access to mechs and certain missions and things like that.
No shit.
And
Okay.
they consistently put out bulletins and things like that saying what's going on in the war effort, where you need to focus on where the enemy front's coming from, things like that. And if it gets too close, they're like, you got to focus on this and push it back. Like there was a one of the missions, they just were having so much issue with automatons. It was
Hmm.
like nicknamed Space Vietnam or something like that.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, the game is nuts. It's a lot of fun, but like they've got something special.
So it's not like where Destiny you just hop right in and they have a set story for everybody that they can do and shit like that. Helldivers, you get in there, your play experience is gonna be completely different than the next person's.
No, there's a story. You know what the story is? Democracy. You're fighting to spread democracy throughout the galaxy, and you give everybody a taste of your freedom. Not a joke.
Um,
Not a joke. Go watch some of the trailers for the game too. It'll make sense. It's even more hardcore about that in the game.
oh Jesus, this
But like it's that silly level that they take it to. They're so extreme, it's ridiculous.
is this supposed to be like the an answer or an homage to Starship Troopers?
Yes. Pointing out how
Okay.
funny it is.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. It's just over the top.
Uh, Sounds like it.
Intentionally. It's great. No, they intentionally do it. It's like bad acting, but they know it's bad acting and they lean into it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like literally the trailer. They have a trailer in a trailer of bad acting like that. And then someone walks in front of the screen and is like, "Hi, what you just saw was blah blah blah. We need you for this."
Oh
That kind of
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
It's a great trailer. It's done really well.
I'm gonna have to watch.
Okay.
I'm just dying over there.
I'll have to remember to link these later.
Oh, please do. On the
So
topic
besides them
of
doing well, what was the news you found?
apparently there were rumors of the studio, um, Arrowhead Games, which is the developer for
That's
Helldivers
them.
2. Yep.
Yeah.
Saying that PlayStation was going to be acquiring them, but apparently that was very very quickly debunked. Because immediately after the CEO went on social media to basically say, "Hey, this isn't happening." Um,
Like I said, they're communicative. Communicative.
oh yeah, because apparently the rumor originated back on the 5th, on Twitter. I will not call it X. Sorry, kiss my ass.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
do it either.
uh, by user Next Gen Player. Uh,
Nice name.
oh yeah. The quote was, "Arrowhead has been acquired by Sony," says new rumors, and that an official announcement was supposedly on the way. And then apparently showed an image of PlayStation Studios and Arrowhead Games logos next to each other. But I don't get
I
how
can
that.
put two logos next to each other too. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, basically.
But that's why it's called a rumor.
Yeah. But yeah, the CEO went on and basically says, "Yeah, it was fake, unless I missed something." And I'm pretty sure the CEO would know, but
Yeah.
then again, he could always be lying and say, "Hey,
No,
oh, I
I
lied
heard
about
the
the
same
lie."
thing. There's no indications or expectations of that, at least right now.
No.
But it is interesting that they bought the exclusivity rights. But since the game has been doing so well, and like the idea of getting everybody to join the war effort, they're literally like they're petitioning the studio and like their friends and stuff to get this game onto Xbox and buy it if it comes to Xbox. And like in some of the forums on Reddit, the people posting about it were saying, sure, it's supposed to be an exclusive PlayStation game, but I'm okay if it comes to Xbox. We need more people out there on the war front or whatever it was. I'm like, this game is going to bring the two sides together. It's seriously like bridging gaps between like hardcore PlayStation people and hardcore Xbox people, because they're like, this game looks fun, we want it. We need more people to play with us.
That is freaking cool.
If they do it, that'd be pretty cool.
I hope Sony plays it right. Share the exclusives and don't be dicks.
Same goes for Xbox. I feel like that. I mean, they are right now, but that's it. If you're looking at it, it looks and feels very monetarily focused.
No, I agree, but
But it should also be evidence of exclusivity not working in the right way.
pretty much. Look at the company that look at Bungie. Perfect example. Bungie did so well because of the multi-platform system and people being able to play with each other.
Mm-hmm. And they were like touted and beloved for that, because they were like leading the way for crossplay and saying how good it was and how much better it would do for like gaming communities. I made it happen.
Right. And if somebody bought Bungie just for the fact that they wanted to emulate what they were doing, well, guess what? Put your money where your mouth is.
Wanted to utilize that shit.
Yeah. So do it. Do it now.
Oh yeah, there was more layoffs too. Yay.
Yeah.
EA, like EA said like they were doing it to streamline their creative process or whatever it was, but they paint it however you want. They still laid off 670 people.
Fucking A.
And apparently in doing so they cut off development of Respawn's Star Wars game that they were making.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same people who made the Star Wars games with Cal Kestis.
Boo.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they were making an FPS and that got axed, which sucks because it was rumored to be a Mandalorian game too. It
No.
would have been interesting.
Wait,
But besides that, they cut off a handful of other games too. Toss
I'll
it
look.
on the pile with the other ones.
Hmm. But it's
Gearbox
on.
seems like they're coming out unscathed from Embracer, though. They're in the final stages of buying themselves out of their contract, I believe.
Ooh,
So they're going to be around. They just need a buyer for themselves, too, unless they're going to go independent.
true.
Who knows? It'll be interesting. They've
Oh, I
always
got.
done well doing multi-platform, so they could probably manage, maybe.
Mm. And it's sounding like another group is along the same boat. Um, where Embracer is supposedly to sell um Saber Interactive, so
I
that
didn't
they
even
can.
realize that Saber was still around.
Uh-huh. Um, and see, apparently they are supposed to be selling Saber along with possibly other developers, if I remember, subsidiaries or something.
Well, they need a cash injection and quick, so.
Uh, for $500 million. What's
Whoa.
ironically enough, I'm reading this. It's like apparently it's an effort to lay off after plan was Saudi backed. Because I want to say the deal was with another Saudi company. Group of private investors deal with. I'm like, you just had a bad deal with a Saudi Arabian company and you're gonna do it again? But
Yeah,
uh,
people don't learn from their mistakes.
apparently not. But that doesn't make any sense. If you were willing to do this deal for $2 billion and you got fucked,
And not in a good way.
yeah, how a quarter of that for one studio and possibly other subsidiaries?
Depends on how big the studios are.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to
Also,
know
it could
I want to
also
know who
depend on
that
if
other
they're
party is.
retaining.
Uh,
It could also depend on if they're retaining certain titles from them too. Like
hmm,
if they own the titles from the studios or whatever, and they just decided to keep them, then all that they would be selling is the studios themselves.
yeah, okay.
It really depends on what's being sold.
Mm.
Yeah.
All I know is that group of people, if it goes through, hey, guess what? We don't have to deal with your shit. Doesn't mean there's not a chance of they getting laid off, but this is not going to be by Embracer.
Apple's kind of pulling an Embracer right now.
Nope. Really?
After, well, not in the same way, but after, I don't remember how the recent court case went against Apple and Epic. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you remember any about that, like with the monetization of the game store.
Yeah.
With the monetization of the game store on iOS, they terminated Epic Games' developer account for the iOS ecosystem,
Mm-hmm.
dubbing it a threat. Because, I mean, I think they were allowed to have a store within a store. Their biggest hangup was Apple makes, I think they were saying like 30% off of transactions through
Mm-hmm.
their store. But by going through Epic Games' stuff within the iOS ecosystem, I think it circumvents that so they don't get their cut or
Right.
something like that. And Apple was like, we get ours. You don't get to do that. So they shut that down, but allowed I think they allowed Fortnite still, but shut that part down or shut it down entirely because it did that.
Mm-hmm.
But now I wish I could remember how the court ruling went, but now they just like, they turned off that account entirely. It was like, you're no longer on the store.
Damn.
Yeah, not a good faith business move. And now it looks like the EU are looking into this saying, yeah, not a good look. So they might get fined.
Mm.
We'll see.
We'll have to see how that goes because, if I'm not mistaken, Apple also like charges, like with other apps, you have to use their Apple Pay services if you want to like buy stuff in game or whatnot.
Any kind
So
of transactions and stuff, yeah.
yeah, and they already upsell it. Like the in game, it tells you one price, but once it actually goes through Apple, it ends up being like $1 or $2 more or something like that, some percentage.
Yay.
So I don't think it's really the company that's paying. It's more like we're getting fucked. Either that or they're
And not in
double
a good
dipping.
way.
Yeah, I know. At least here's the lube. God damn it.
Before you double dip, use the lube. You're welcome.
Oh, Jesus.
This friendly reminder brought to you by the Ramble Pack Podcast.
Oh, boy.
We're looking out for your health.
Well, talking about no lube.
What?
Um,
What?
Apparently.
Oh, Nintendo fucking people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one bad. Holy shit.
And not in a good way.
So apparently, oh my god, the emulator company Yuzu,
Yeah.
settled with Nintendo, and apparently they're going to be paying them millions.
Yeah, I think it was 2.4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Rather than fighting Nintendo in court, they're just like, yeah, we fold.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. But not only do they have to pay 2.4 million, they have to hand over everything. A website, anything modified, nothing.
And you know what got them snagged most likely?
What?
They set up a Patreon. Nintendo seemed to be content just letting them run their stuff as they were and do whatever. But as soon as they made a Patreon for it and people were giving them money, it was shut down. Because Nintendo doesn't want people making money off their products.
Fuck you, Nintendo.
But it's good that they settled rather than trying to fight it, because if they fought it, they probably and most likely would have lost. And in losing, it sets a precedent for any other emulator cases and stuff, which would give Nintendo a lot of wiggle room to be able to start going after all the rest of the emulators and things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So this is probably the best outcome for the emulation community at large.
Especially
And I guess a win for video game preservation. Yeah. You're getting at what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's no longer about the short game anymore. It's about the freaking long game. Especially when Nintendo's notorious for not having backups for this shit.
Time does not stop either.
Mm-mm.
Shit's getting older as we go. Need to find a way to get it out there and preserve it.
As we talked about earlier with how old Game Boys really are. Fuck.
That was off the podcast, though.
Yeah. Quick story short, I gave my son his first Game Boy. Yeah. Long story short. Sorry.
Quick story, even quicker.
Yeah, I know, right? I found my SP, gave it to my son, wanted to see how he would do. He played it for 5 minutes. He was like, "I'm shutting this off now," and puts it down.
He was thrilled.
I was hurt. Like, I was visibly distraught. I'm like, what the fuck, you bastard.
How could you do this to me?
I know, right?
I thought we had something.
Like, what's even worse is the fact... what hurt me so much is the fact that not only did he close it and put it down, he immediately ran to his tablet and started watching
Oh my God.
somebody play Minecraft. I'm like... You're not even playing the game.
The only worst thing he could have done was just gone over to the PlayStation and said, "I want to play Minecraft now."
I would have been okay with that. But no, he went over to watch a video of somebody else playing a video game.
Instead of playing a video game.
I know.
That's rough, man.
In all fairness, like you said, it's an old game, so it's kind of...
You didn't start them off on the old stuff either.
Yeah.
You didn't set that base.
Yeah, I made that mistake. I'm sorry. I'll
That's
do it
okay.
right with Morgan. Oh, but yeah. Actually, did I go through all my stuff?
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, with all these layoffs and closures and deals trying to make happen and whatnot, are you going to agree with a lot of people saying that this seems like we are either headed towards another video game crash or possibly even in the beginning stages of it? Or do you think it's just the what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's just the shrinkage of the industry itself, considering it had to expand at a rapid pace during COVID.
I think I think it's both. In all honesty, I think it's the
That's
shrinkage.
that's even worse than.
Yeah.
Or do you
I
think it's one because of the other?
I think it's one because of the other. I think it's the shrinkage because of the rapid growth from COVID. But at the same time, this is also going to set a precedent where, all right, all this shit's happening. They're going to be They're going to be shutting shit down because people got greedy. But at the same time, as oh fuck, why am I? Who? Yeah, it was Bungie, wasn't it? That where people were saying, oh, why not make cuts further up and say, well, why the fuck are we going to do that type of thing? Was it Bungie?
Yes. Yes, it was the higher ups who were like, we don't take pay cuts. That's not the company we are.
Yeah.
Rather than taking those pay cuts or moving that money to employees to keep them on.
Right. You just see that shit coming out of the woodwork, and if that doesn't if you don't get a handle on that, you're gonna put off a lot of fucking people, and it's gonna.
The ballooning costs of, man, it's the ballooning costs of game development apparently, um, and just buying up rights and exclusivity deals and things like that. That's like, it's not sustainable. It's not going to help, especially when you could have three arms, but you're cutting off two of them for the sake of having something that nobody else has.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you down the road. It's not going to drive everyone to your console. That's what the hope is and the expectation. Yeah, you're going to make a handful of sales here and there because somebody will want something, but it's not going to sustain the company or the pace at which things are growing.
Right.
Just like the Insomniac leak for Spider-Man 2. Several hundreds of millions of dollars for a game when development costs were way far below that just a couple years ago. That shit is not sustainable. Sony's a big company and they have deep pockets, but still, that kind of development time and cost is not sustainable.
No, not at all.
And that's what's sinking a lot of studios and companies or being shut down because they can't keep up with it. And there's far too big of an expectation for them to hit certain numbers that's frankly probably impossible for them to do. No fault of their own. It's just the fact of the industry and how things work.
Right. I don't know. Something's got to happen because it's just gonna get worse. I know it. I know it is.
That's the problem. I'm not sure what it's going to take to stop this, to make it work, besides bringing down the cost of things. But that's tough considering where we are right now.
Right. It just.
I personally don't think we're headed to a crash. I think it's more of a correction. I think COVID really threw things off, and the need for working from home and expanding and setting things up to be able to continue to do what they were doing, it, like we had talked about before, it threw off production times hardcore. There was a year where hardly anything came out because of COVID. And then we had a year that was just flush with games.
Right.
But that was also the year that we saw a huge number of the layoffs start. I think the industry's still going to be around. We're still going to get video games and whatnot, but this is a correction for the rapid expansion that we were at before.
Right.
And it sucks. And it could absolutely be avoidable as well. It's just, I don't know how, why, or what is being mismanaged, but it feels like it is. So,
I'll just have to wait and see. Do you see things going back to the way it was pre-pandemic, or do you think it's going to be worse?
it, I don't see it going back to the way it was, no. Worse, I can't see it getting hardly any worse than it is now. I think the bottom is going to fall out of something, and that's when everybody's going to go, okay, stop, reset,
Right.
and bring like costs back in or make it make sense again.
Right. Because I think
I don't know. Time will tell.
yeah, I think the thing that got me most was not even what happened now. Was back before the whole Embracer Group deal falling through, where a well-known company like Square Enix selling off an entire division to another company. This is a company that I thought was doing well, and they did that. So you know something's not right at that point. And then
Well,
that's it.
do you remember what the reason why they sold them off was? Because it might not have even been that they needed money. It could have just been like that division did a lot of work with them, or they needed help with something, or they were a better fit for whatever, and they made a deal and sold them.
I think it was because wasn't it also their mobile games division or something like that that just wasn't was it
Was-
profiting as well?
I do not know. I honestly don't, and have not kept up with their mobile stuff.
Yeah. Because it's been a while since we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
But not. But the only reason I'm thinking about that now is that those same people that were bought up by Embracer are now laid off.
Yeah,
So-
but like we had said, it seems like they put all their eggs in one basket. The bottom of that basket fell out, and now they're left with a bunch of broken eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're trying to sell them off and make some kind of money from it,
Right.
or throwing them in the trash. And that's just not how business keeps you afloat. I don't know.
Mm.
That does not help the look of the industry for sure.
Nope. Not at all. Or at least not for the companies themselves. Player
Do you
base, on the other
think-
hand, they're very strong.
Do you think this year we're going to see something similar to what Xbox did with their exclusives, but in reverse with PlayStation?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean
Do you
with
think-
Go ahead.
Do you think that they'll, not necessarily Helldivers, but do you think they'll take any of their exclusive games and move it off to other consoles? Like it's already been said, Starfield's not going. The new Elder Scrolls game is probably not going to go. Halo's not going to go. So obviously for PlayStation, like God of War would not go. Last of Us wouldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think any of their other exclusives would? Or do you think they would do that this year?
I doubt that they would do that this year, especially after everything that just happened between Sony and Xbox.
You think they're still bitter about it?
Oh yeah, I guarantee you that. And I guarantee you, even if they did try, Microsoft would pull a big fuck you and say, "Hey, yeah, we'll make this deal, but it's going to be very one-sided because you're an asshole." And rightfully so, if they do that.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see Sony doing that right now. Eventually, yes, but I think it would be more out of necessity if they do.
Yeah, when Xbox did it, it definitely, well, I wouldn't say it felt like a necessity, but it definitely felt like a parachute.
Hmm.
But I don't
Well,
know.
then,
Maybe
yeah, because at
my
least it
line
was necessity because they had to put their money where their mouth was with the whole deal.
my line of thinking is I lost it. I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? Um, oh, it was more like taking a page from Xbox in that they see the excitement and the numbers from sales and whatnot from what's coming over
Hmm.
that they'll start reconsidering.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the ideas already crossed their minds and they're like, yeah, sure,
Hmm.
there's money there, but we're locked in this contract for whatever reason.
Hmm.
So I don't think that it would be necessarily a necessity thing. I think if and when they see the results of how decent or well enough the games that come over from Xbox do, it'll
Hmm.
make them say, okay, yeah, this is a good idea, let's do it, and then push it to it.
Right.
If those things aren't already in development.
Right.
Who knows?
One of those situations where you hope for the best but expect the worst at this point. Like I said, I highly doubt Sony's going to do it.
We'll keep talking about what's going on in the industry. I'm just hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks.
Just a little
I
bit.
think things will be okay. We'll still have our companies and our games and stuff, but this is going to hurt for a while.
Mm. They should throw hoverboards into the mix.
Okay, yeah, that fixes it. Just look at Destiny.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm
Problem is
wondering
you
if
have to
that's why
grind
they
forever
did
for
it.
it. I don't know. It's funny you say that. There is a thing that I was thinking. They did this once before, I think, where it was like you have to do something to whatever it was to make it either an exotic or permanent or whatever so you can keep it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is one of those things that they were going to implement with the final shape,
Yeah.
especially since that came and went.
Mm.
And it got to a stable point where they're like, we can include it in something to keep people interested and keep going. So they pushed it out to this.
Mm. Would make sense. It makes sense that they would do something like that. I'm just curious as to like if this was supposed to be in the this is supposed to be something from the final shape that they just happen to be able to include it. If it has any like integral part of the game whatsoever or something like that, you know?
Well, an interesting thing from that is the story implications from the permanent version of it.
Okay.
What do you know about the last city and the factions that were part of it?
Oh dear God, it's been so long about
So
the.
you know of the Future War Cult, Dead Orbit, and New Monarchy.
Oh yeah, that's straight from D1.
Before Future War Cult, there was actually somebody else there in their place called the Concordat.
Mm-hmm.
They they were pushing for more like a dictatorship, I think it was, and they were kind of ousted from the city. And I
Mm.
forget the person who ran its name is, but he basically held a grudge and stuff like that. If you read the grimoire card from the hoverboard itself,
Mm-hmm.
it's Spider and one of his associates going through boxes of things and reading like who the shipments come from and whatnot. The 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 person who's helping Spider says that it's from this person's name and then signed the Concordat.
Mm.
So they brought that faction back around in the hoverboard.
Oh shit.
And this is the second time I think that they've been mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
like within the grimoire stuff. It's the same kind of idea too. So it's yeah, I see your camera going crazy. So, but the fact that they're putting seeds of this group is they're still out there, they're still active and doing things.
Yeah.
That's kind of like just leaving breadcrumbs for whatever story they have planned for them later on. But
Okay.
I thought that was kind of interesting that they're reaching back into some old lore and bringing them out.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It'd be interesting because they seem like an interesting faction with some of the old lore that they have,
Yeah.
but there wasn't a lot on them. But like the whole faction, there was literally a time called like the faction wars during all that.
Oh goddamn.
Yeah, you should read it. It's interesting stuff.
I need to get into a lot of this stuff because Jesus Christ.
Do we need to record another Destiny lore episode and talk about it?
Yes, please, because watching some of the YouTube videos of like even going into the lore, I completely forgot about the factions until I saw that video, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, it was. And
Yeah, they've been gone for a while.
yeah, because you could only I remember in D1 you could only get their gear if you were part of their faction, and you couldn't join another faction.
Right. Nope. You can only do it once a week.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And I think that's when they were class items or something like that, and you had to level them up for them to give you the best results or whatever it was.
I think so. I think I remember that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, to like get all the perks active, you had to level it up, or something like that.
Well, they sort of return that formula with the craftables.
Sorta.
At least it makes more sense.
Is your camera acting normal yet? Oh, you're blue. There you go. That was weird.
It's still
Oh, that's okay. It's time to get off here anyway.
okay. Let's go. Let's go get our skimmer.
Okay. Yeah. In 2 weeks, because we got a lot to get.
Oh my god.
We'll try. Do you know what the nightfall is this week?
I have no freaking clue.
Okay, neither do I. We'll find out. Okay.
Where can they catch us,
yeah.
Adam?
Hit us up on all the socials. We're on everything. And we're on YouTube, too. Speaking of which, I keep saying it. Still haven't done it. I gotta put the videos up.
Soon to be OnlyFans. Oh yeah.
No. You keep saying this. I'm not doing it. Unless you did something and you want to tell me about it.
Oh god, no.
Oh. Oh, God, no. Why you make it sound so bad?
I don't have the balls to do it.
That's okay.
Maybe when I shed a few more pounds, we'll see.
Okay, well, let's get off here before you dig yourself into a hole.
Well, you don't want no flying squirrel pics?
No, goodbye, Mike.
Good night, everybody.